Aries collective sun, moon, rising Venus signs. Welcome to your timeless romantic soulmate contract read, which is a very long title. I am your reader, Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle production since 1998, author of Words of Grace, from a professional witch, available on Kindle, links in the description box, the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons, but you can call me Mal. Hi. I think these are my favorite reads. I really do. Look at my vibe, right? Feel me, see me, feel me. Sorry, I had a Tommy flashback. They gave me the template, right? What to do. I haven't even done my own yet. So I am excited for this. It is a timeless read if you're new. I mean, you know what a timeless read is if you're watching readings on YouTube. But we are doing a romantic soulmate contract read. All relationships have soul contracts in them, reason, season, or lifetime. Soulmates, twin flames, not the same things. There are links in the description box, and I believe I did a video, a preface to these romantic soulmate readings, but trust me, my description box is chock full of stuff down there about the path of true love and the romantic soulmate reads, as opposed to your familial soulmates. Soulmates, the foundation of the soul contract is you help each other heal, whether you've met or not, quantum entanglement, and all of that 5D stuff I'm not going into right now. Check it out in the description box. Between you and another person. So this is not your family. This is not your mother's soulmate contract read. This is the romantic variety, because that's what everybody needs to know. And let's be clear, it's the hardest. So you might want to check out your Path of True Love readings as well. I guess that's about it, except to say that all the decks that I read are always at the bottom of the description box. If you want to check them out, give credit where credit is due. If you want to book a reading with me, there's a video booking a reading with Mal in the description box, as I keep saying, if you want to do that. Otherwise, both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. I will do the same to get you the clarity, guidance, and grace I can from the divine. We had a wonderful, very powerful Wim Hof breath session with a little Course in Miracles thrown in, and they gave me the blessing that they want me to say at the end for every sign. So instead of personalizing it for the sign I'm doing, everybody's getting the same one, and I think you'll dig it. Yeah, I gotta wait until the end. Neener. All right, both feet on the floor. I'm done explaining. Please take a nice deep breath. Yeah, it's a little weird to go from like breath work and higher chakras, octaves, and dimensions, and then come down and talk about it, you know, links in the description box. But hey, it's a living. So let's do this as I call upon my collective pantheons of angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters of soulmate contract law, the higher selves of all involved, fifth dimension and above, Kuan Yin, Archangel Michael, and the pantheons of lovers. Please, 3 cards, 1 on this side for the Aries collective sun, moon, rising Venus sign, 1 on this side for their romantic soulmate contract partner, maybe one of many, I don't know. You do you, they do they, and 1 for the overall contract itself. Sort of like, well, right now the lesson that both of you are learning is, but you're learning this one, they're learning that one, and it can flip-flop. That's holographic for you. You're helping each other heal. So what's the 8th chakra dynamic for? Let's get these on the table. The Aries. What was that? The Aries, whoever their soul contract, soulmate, romantic soulmate contract partner is, and the state of the contract, right? The center lane. I like doing center lanes. So pretty much everything on this side is going to be you. Everything on that side is going to be them with a center lane. But with soulmates, there can be a lot of overlap. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, as well as they can both be the divine feminine and divine masculine aspects of yourself, because that's what you're healing regardless. Let's see who's on the table here. We have got, the athlete and the poet. Oh, this is in the title, isn't it? In a damsel contract. Wow, an athlete and a poet. I'm kidding. flashbacks of Riverdale High, right? Moose and Midge was that her name? This is a creative family archetype. This is a creative family archetype. This is a feminine family archetype. I like this. I actually like this a whole lot. Now look, if you don't identify yourself immediately as an athlete, yeah, you might be the poet. However, this isn't necessarily all about jocks, straps or otherwise. Maybe you do you. But you'll hear it. The shadow and the light. This is what you're learning. Again, it could flip-flop. It's the last time I'll see that. Gets annoying. The shadow attribute, the shadow work involved, obviously. Misuse of athletic ability for selfish ends. We've seen it happen. False sense of invulnerability and entitlement. And yeah, entitlement is one of the 7 deadly sins. It's in the solar plexus. We've seen it. You know that. But remember, this is creative family. So this could be someone who has the athletic, creative ability as a chef. Yeah. They make TV shows about that shit, right? The light attribute, dedication to transcending physical limits, including handicaps, development of personal willpower and strength of skill. I have the athlete archetype, but not lifelong. You can have an archetype, a reason, a season, or a lifetime. I have it seasonally, like when I'm writing a book. It conjuncts with my artist archetype, which is lifetime and lifetime artist in some way, shape, or form. So like when I was a dancer, are you kidding? I was a maniac on the floor. And I'm still dancing like I've never danced before. Well, that doesn't sound right, does it? She's dancing like she's never danced before. It sounds awkward. Speaking of which, the poet, crossing your path here, so to speak. Now, whether you've met each other or not, the shadow attribute of the poet turns a lyric gift to negative or destructive effect. There's so many ways. I mean, there once was a man from Nantucket is just scratching the surface and bind his tongue if his words be lies. That's a really old spell. At least for me it is. So you could feel that, that power of the spoken word, so to speak, to take a lyric gift and turn it destructive. The light attribute, however, and I kind of feel like this is more what's going on here, just the vibe on this card, expresses soul insights in symbolic language. Now, tarot readers do that, but who does it poetically? It's a power, right? So an athlete and a poet in a damsel contract. So this is sort of the story, the lesson for the overall thing, but you've both got your own individual. So as they handle them, you back and forth, you're helping each other heal. The shadow attribute, waiting for a knight to provide for you, seduction by romantic illusion, which it's hard not to if you live at least in Western civilization, right? I mean, inundated since children, right? Particularly the boomers and the Generation Xers. Things have definitely evolved to an extent since then. So that idea, someday my prince will come, thanks Disney. The light attribute, however, I love the damsel. The movie Ever After, right? Drew Barrymore. I love Drew Barrymore. I would love to read Drew Barrymore. The light attribute, understanding the nature of healthy romance. Understanding it. And that just doesn't mean here. That means like solar plexus, really, the grace of understanding. Understanding the nature of healthy romance. It's yellow print on a beige card. Inspiring you to rely on yourself. So there is a thing of independence here rather than codependence, although independence is really not the opposite of codependence. Healthy interdependence is here. So a poet and an athlete, that could be problematic in the shadow. Any contract in the shadow is going to be problematic. Let's dive in. We are going to take the Daughters of the Moon on this side. 5 cards, fire, earth, air, water, spirit, looking at the elemental alignment for you as the athlete and or you as the poet. We will do with the Mythic Tarot. Please take a nice deep breath. Because, the word romantic is literally in the 8th chakra of this chapter of your contract in this timeless read. So please, my goddesses of fire, the sign of Aries, powers of the south. 5 cards We'll do them face down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fire, earth, air, water, spirit. What's going on for the Taurus collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading with the athlete archetype in somebody's 8th chakra? Fire. Ready, aim, fire. Okay. Earth, air, that one, water, leave it in my hand, and spirit. I'll call them out what they mean. You know what? Let's get them. Oh, let's flip them both at the same time. See, Aries going first, right? I get the inspiration. I may not do that every time though. Do what they tell me. That's all. Breathe. Because I'm just a witch that can't say no to the divine. Here we go. Please, my gods of fire, the sign, the gods of fire, sign of Aries, powers of the south. Please, same thing. Fire, earth, air, water, spirit for the poet archetype in this Taurus collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading. Let's, of course, start with fire. Okay, fire, earth. One card, it's not that humid. Please leave the right card in my hand. Element of earth. Air. That one. Water. Nope. Send it around again if that was the one, please. Element of water for the poet archetype, someone who's expressing those soul insights. And spirit, card of the soul. Nope. Seems to be a little indecision on this part, but it could just be the deck. It's not quite warmed up yet, even though I jumbled them before. Please, spirit. They make sure I know. All right, we're going to combine them now. Element of fire, what you yearn for, what you burn for, your heart's desire. May not have manifested yet, but as a fire sign, this would be obviously dominant, sun, moon, rising, Venus. Well, now I get why, yeah, the cards were a little iffy there. You'll see why. Well, what you want is the High Priestess. You want to, well, getting a couple of reads on this. Number one, you really want to bring yourself into alignment with your interior secrets. The stuff that's maybe secret even unto yourself. Maybe shadow work involved there, but what is a priestess if not someone who is a channel or a vehicle for divine energy to manifest in some way, but it is yin dynamic. Maybe this is something you want to keep secret. Now, with an athlete, this is definitely in terms of heart, throat, third eye, crown dynamic, that thing of seeing clearly, feeling deeply, but perhaps being silent. That's why it's so connected with intuition in that way. The poet archetype has the Gemini, so they are presenting as a Knight of Swords, the Dioscuri, the Gemini card, the twins. So I think that's why the cards were coming out. Well, it could be that one or that one, that one or that one. Well, where the athlete could have a very, very disciplined, I think is the word I'm looking for, like personal regimen, stuff like that, like sort of like a priestess, right? You know, you wake up in the morning, Vespers, ablutions, you do you. Now you get to do you. I mean, unless you are watching this, from behind convent walls or pagan nunnery walls. I don't know if that exists, but why couldn't it? So there might be what they want here really is that communication, that self-expression, that creative process of the mind, right? But also, this is going to really make the difference. The element of earth, which you have to feed the fire. And, well, right off the bat, we're going to start with this side. The poet has got the Two of Cups. They got the hots for you, or at least we can say an emotional attraction. Two of Cups isn't necessarily, to me, a card of absolute true love. It's a 2 for starters. The other thing is that if you look at the card, this is Psyche and Eros, right? Pricks himself with his own arrow. Eros does, sees her, falls in love, but she has not seen his face yet, right? So it is like that when you are first attracted to somebody. You don't really see who they are. You see what they look like. Maybe you meet their persona, which is Greek for mask, but there is definitely an attraction there. You, however, are at storm. 5 of Cups, if you are the athlete here. So yeah, you're dealing with some more turbulent emotions. Now that could be about anything. It is certainly element of earth. One would think more the physical world aspects. But storms pass and the grounds are hydrated, right? The earth is hydrated and the sky is clear and the air is crisp. So feel your emotions, go deep, because I mean, in this deck, the High Priestess Isis is the card of the Maiden, and certainly an element of water in just about every tarot deck that you see, but starting with Rider-Waite, certainly the element of water dominant. Let's see what's going on, element of air, what y'all think, because what you think affects your fire, right? Air to fire ratio. Okay. All right. Well, you're putting pieces of the puzzle together mentally. Mental resolution. 10 of Blades to me is different than 10 of Swords, even though technically it's the same card. I don't think this is about betrayal. I mean, unless there was betrayal here, I'm not necessarily getting that. This is about the passing of the talking stick, the ceremony of the rattle, right? Everybody getting their chance to speak, and whoever holds the rattle is the one that's heard. But this may be going on inside of you. Really, really thinking about, well, there's that piece of the puzzle, and there's that piece of the puzzle, and there's that piece of the puzzle. And it feels like you have all the pieces. This might be putting them all into the proper order. Clickety click, click, click. Now with the High Priestess there, that could be an intention of even saying, all right, higher power, soul, higher self, whatever, show me. And that's what these readings are for, and this is what I do with clients all the time. The person crossing your path is thinking about 5 of Cups. Now, you've both got 5s. Sorry, he's 5 of Pentacles on this side. You've got the 5 of Cups in your earth. They have the 5 of Pentacles in their air. So, yes, being left out of the cold, but some form of impoverishment in the physical world. That could be financial. They've got their mind on their money and their money on their mind. They are attracted to you, certainly. That 2 of Cups is there. It's something that if they can yield to that, there is communication, 3rd house, Gemini, communication, self-expression, wanting to come from them, but that shows that it's not happening yet. Perhaps they think you have closed the door. Or perhaps they think they have closed the door on you. Let's keep going and see. And so it seems like you're isolated from each other. This feels like somebody you know. I don't know that this... I mean, I guess you could say any of them. It's like this is what they're going through in their lives right now before you meet. And that's a general read for you. Oh, well. Element of water, how are you feeling? If you're the athlete, you're feeling 3 of Cups. You are picking up the vibe. You do have an emotional bond there. You like this person. Make new friends, keep the old. One is silver, the other gold. But while you're going through the 5 of Cups, maybe in that process of your own healing, right? You're going to have to really look at dedication to transcending physical limits, including handicaps, development of personal willpower, and strength of spirit, which, like working out, like rehearsal, I guess that's not what they what do they call it? Practice, like baseball practice, whatever. Sorry, I'm an artist. I'm not an athlete in the sportsy kind of way, although I do love to watch men diving and swimming on TV. I do. I gotta say. Anyway, that distracted me. The moon is in Aries at the time of this recording. So you got the bond there. They got 5 of Wands, right? So they got the 5 of Pentacles and the 5 of Wands. There is conflict here. Emotional conflict. They still like you. They still have that 2 of Cups. There is something there. But with their poetic nature there, they might be writing about it. That might be what that Gemini Knight of Swords, that desire is, but it might be something brewing inside of them. Now, I will also say, 5 of Wands, particularly in the water position, can very much feel like water boiling, right? It's like a change is happening inside of them. This is Jason and the Argonauts defeating the dragon to get the golden fleece, but he has the help of Medea, if I remember correctly, to put the dragon to sleep, actually. So it's not like he kills the dragon to get it. But then going into the Six of Wands, which is victory. My take on this is, if you do know each other, there is a very mutual vibe I'm feeling here, particularly when it's two archetypes in the same family. You can be very creative together. You can be very inspiring to each other. But with that damsel archetype, there may be some illusions in play here. And some of them might be ancestral in the sense that passed on from your family, from who knows how long back then, about what romance is and what romance isn't. And certainly you can have some Disney thrown in there, some Harlequin, and I mean the romance novels, not Joker's ex-girlfriend, who in her own right to me is a hero. If you have not seen the new Suicide Squad, oh my god. Margot Robbie, blessed be. So, yeah, but there is definitely, I mean, there are 3 5s on the table. You got one of them, they got 2 of them. Let's see, what is the point of view of the soul? Now, the soul, this is the part that was sent in to play this contract out in this lifetime. You're screwed. Major Arcana cards, both the Lovers and the World. All right? So you're at this place of life-changing decision. I would certainly deal with that 5 of Cups if I were you. Do the self-love, the self-healing, the self-rest. Go, right? Prayer, meditation. High Priestess, allow your higher self to channel through you, however you do you, putting together the pieces. Because you feel there might even be an empathic bond with this person if you consider yourself a vibrational energy empath. But the Lovers, I mean, of course that speaks of making the decision. Now, what would happen if you chose to give this person unconditional love without them knowing about it, right? Just, it's not covert. Well, it is covert, but it's not sneaky. It's not witchcraft to send unconditional love at somebody, but do understand that can make the storm brew. Yeah, as it brings up and alchemizes you. In other words, the more love you give to yourself in this process, that's the decision, right? The Lovers, wise, loving, empowered choices and decisions, but life-changing. And they've got the World. They're at the end of the cycle. In other words, your soul is saying to you, hey, we're at a crossroads here. You don't got to rush, not with that High Priestess. I think that's what that's saying. What you really want is time. It's rare for an Aries. Raries. Right, Roige, raries. But putting the pieces of the puzzle together. But over here, that's like they're at the end of a cycle in their life. I don't think, well, I mean, with that 5 of Pentacles on their mind, they might be thinking that this is over and done, that you have locked them out. Maybe you have. But do understand then that the soul can also say, this is the end of a chapter, my darling. Because what we think is not always what you see isn't always the truth. Choices. With the World card on top of that, I'm just going to say that they're at an end of a cycle in this, an end of a chapter. It does feel like this is not over simply because, number one, I don't know that it would have shown up in this type of reading, unless to tell you that you're ready for the next thing, the next person, the next contract. But I'm not getting that. I'm getting with that damsel archetype that perhaps you're both damseling, or at least that's the name of it, waiting for one of you to rush in, or you both getting. It's like, no, I am unto myself enough, right? And any healing you're doing on that individually is helping them heal. Yeah. Again, watch the videos about the difference between twin flames and soulmates and the new definition. I just think it'll be healthy and happier than the ones we've been dealing with since, what, Plato, Homer? Doh. All right, making room. Let's start building our center lane. This is the 2 of you together, the state of the contract stuff. We got that damsel up there. We're going to get 3 party turners here. The Whisper of Love Oracle, the voices of the higher selves of all involved. One for you, one for them, one for the state of the contract. Both of you, please take a nice deep breath. Right, and we'll do them 1, 2, 3, right off the, or right one at a time. Please, the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above for this Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, timeless romantic soulmate contract read. 3, a Whispers of Love oracle. What is the information, inspiration, insight most needed for 1, for 2, and for both of them in this read? So for the athlete, for the poet, which is really not the right way to say it. The right way to say it is somebody with the poet archetype, somebody with the athlete archetype. Does not mean they're literally that. And for the state of the contract in its Damsel chapter, what's both of their higher selves saying? Let's look. The athlete. Be willing to express love. I think you're getting ready for that, and I think that's the decision. That is the action. Right? Be willing, throat chakra, willpower, willing to express love. When we express love, we begin to receive more love. Now, if what you're really wanting is more interior time to do that, inner child work. Just saying, you don't even have to call it that. Well, the first sign of the zodiac, the child. Cope. But talk to your heart. Talk to your emotions. That's your inner child in some ways. It's not all of it, but it's a good chunk. Right? So be willing to express love. For the one with the poet archetype, ask for help. What is it you really need help with? Be willing to allow yourself the support you need. Now, I'm going to say, in terms of someone asking help, it's just, and maybe this is stereotypically, archetypally true, but not true in every case, that a poet seems like they would be more willing to ask for help in some way, shape, or form, maybe even from the divine, than would an athlete. You feel what I'm saying? I have to say, I'm not doing the masculine, divine feminine thing this time around with these reads, but it feels like it's divine masculine, divine feminine. But remember, that's never about gender. Not on my channel, it's not. Okay, state of the contract. The damsel. Oh, physical touch is important. Stuff touch alert. For some of us, nothing is more important than a tender touch. This might include a pat on the back or giving a hug to someone who needs it. Or in the case of Damsel, sweep me off my feet, Richard Gere. Mind the hamster. I know. If I ever met him, he'll probably call me out on it, but I'll just bat my eyelashes and say, call me on the line. Call me anytime. We are bringing back 2 decks that I've not worked with in a while, 2 oracles for this one. The Kuan Yin Oracle for the divine feminine energy of the whole contract. So it's not just one of you, it's center lane, right? And I am going to read from the bookie book, because the bookie book on these last well, there we've got 4 more decks, 1, 2, 3, 4, but these are just amazing, and I do think I need, first reading, don't have everything I need, just in case, the magnifying glass for the nano font. Sounds like a title. Oh no, you got the nano font. Breathe. Just imagine breathing like pink light. Good old Kuan Yin, I love her. If that's the garbage truck. Oh, and the siren's going off. They're all hailing Kuan Yin. I will pause this video. No, it's not okay. Good. Breathe. My beloved Kuan Yin, please. 1 card in clarity from your oracle for the overall feminine energy in this romantic soulmate contract read for the Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I'm watching this video, receiving this reading, an athlete and a poet in a damsel contract. At the time of this recording, they are the daughter of the Phoenix. Rising from ashes, I have a feeling, right? And, you know, did Scott and Jean have a daughter? I think they might have. The geeks just went, and I love you for it. Well, I'm a little thematic today if you're not getting with just the Wonder Womans everywhere. I figured it's Aries, wear red. Accessorize the backdrop. Daughter of the Phoenix card number 6. Let's do this. Let's see. Daughter of the Phoenix. Daughter of the Phoenix, Call of the Dancing Crane. Oh, I missed the Call of the Dancing Crane. It went to voicemail. Dance of the Butterfly Queen. Daughter of the Phoenix. Now, if you could see the italics in this, it's micro nano. Breathe. When the soul is ready to spread its wings, it goes through a deep cleansing, purification, and preparation for new levels of spiritual wisdom, power, and light. Yeah, I can see that. Just like the phoenix that is baptized through celestial fire to be born anew, you are going through such a phase of heavenly purification, preparation, and initiation. This is an advanced phase of soul growth, and soon after, you will enjoy greater spiritual peace, divine power, and advancement on your divine life path. Rock and roll. That's what it's really all about. Kuan Yin, Daughter of the Phoenix, has been through fire, both physical and heavenly, and has ascended into a position of great spiritual peace, power, and authority. She guides you now to claim your rebirth and ascend in vibration, in true love. Rock. I'm just going to read the prayer at the end. If you'd like to do this, let's do this. Yeah, it's too tiny. A prayer to the Daughter of the Phoenix. Do I want... Yeah. Divine Daughter of the Phoenix, Mistress of Heavenly Fire, Kuan Yin, your light of peace and grace sustains me through the trials of my growth. May I be lifted by your luminous beauty into peace. May I feel rapture and excitement rather than fear and doubt as I grow. May I learn to release old pain without getting caught up in stories or history. May I have compassion for my own suffering as I release it with peace and love. May I live according to my truths, applying my own spiritual wisdom in all parts of my life with courage and faith. Om Mani Padme Hum. Yeah, I get that. I could feel that out on both sides, right? Particularly here, there is some healing going on, but completing their own cycle with that World card. But you got that Five of Cups in there. There is something emotional that needs to be dealt with here. Because really, in terms of element of fire, if I look on the table at Tarot, aside from the position, we've only got one fire card here, the Five of Wands. Over here for the poet in their element of water. Interesting. That's the divine feminine, the yin side, and you may not know that about each other, right? Heart, third eye crown, world behind your eyes, right? That the divine feminine aspect. Divine masculine aspect you might know about, right? That's energy going out, not coming in. So we turn to the Blue Angel Oracle. From Blue Angel Publishing, the Archangel Michael deck. Haven't used this in a while, but I do love tuning into Archangel Michael. And he's the Archangel of Fire, Powers of the South. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Please take a nice deep breath. Yeah, breathe blue. It's so funny because, I haven't done this in a while. Right, when I breathe in Kuan Yin, it's the pink smoke of Jeannie. And when I do Archangel Michael, it's the blue smoke of her sister Jeannie. You know what I'm talking about? Breathe. Hi, sis. As I call upon my magnificent Archangel Michael, please, one card in clarity for this Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading. What is your message here? What's going on here, right? The externals here, the masculine energy side here in this Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, timeless romantic soulmate contract. Peace Angel. And I'll tell you, I've said it before, one of the things that makes me love this company, let alone this deck, is that they do it in landscape every now and again. It's such a treat. I love that. Peace Angel, Acceptance. I think that's card number 4. It is! Oh, finally. My Kryptonian microscopic vision. Well, I guess Themysciran today. Microscopic vision is finally kicking in. Make them retinas transfigure. Card number 4, Peace Angel. Can you hear me? Acceptance. You will find peace when you learn to love and accept yourself as you are. Well, there you go. There's the Aries lesson. Thanks for watching, folks. We're going to keep going. How you see yourself usually determines how others see you. and react to you. So what you see in the world around you is really your own reflection. The mirroring process is a little bit deeper than that. Check out Greg Braden, the 7 Essene mirrors, ESSENE mirrors, because there are 7 different ways the mirrors work. Dead Sea Scrolls. Surrender your negative thoughts. Your fear, hurt, and anger can be healed through love, which means loving yourself through feeling that, by the way, and with that 5 of Cups in your earth. That makes sense. With the 2 of Cups in their earth, they're a little toe up on this. Holding on to those emotions serves no purpose other than to keep you stuck in cycles of pain and suffering. Accept and love yourself as you are without condition. Count your blessings and not your faults. Let your beautiful heart be filled with light. When you let go of your desire to change things, a beautiful transformation occurs. Just be love. Peace is always beautiful. Walt Whitman. I've been to the mall. Walt Whitman. Such a Long Island boy. Look, this does not mean anybody spiritually uses spirituality to bypass their genuine emotions and what they're feeling. Your emotions pass through you. Look at the element of water here. We got the 5 here and the 3 of Cups. And the juxtaposition I see here is that you're kind of really going into the silence, doing your work, but you have 3 of Cups feelings for this person, at least an emotional bond. It's a nice, solid emotional foundation, but does not have to go further if you don't want it to. You've got the life-changing decision, the Lovers, and you don't want anybody to know. I mean, not even like, I mean, maybe you have like 1 or 2 people you will talk to about this, but chances are you're not talking. However, they want to talk. They may very much want to ask for help. But with that card of acceptance in the center there, they really have to do the work of accepting how they feel here, not just about you. But if they've got 5 of Wands in their water, spinning rings, I love them, then this might not have that much to do with you. They may be angry, they may be upset, they may be in conflict, but there is also that thing of the 5 of Wands, of going through the motions necessary to do what needs to be done. General read. But you 5 of Pentacles in air, 5 of Wands in water. I think we're getting the mental emotional vibe here for the poet. I bet they're cranking out great stuff though, if they're an actual poet or a songwriter or something like that. Thank you, Archangel Michael, because it is about acceptance, right? It's not about, oh no, I feel angry, I accept it and push it away. No. You gotta let it up and out, and I feel like that's gonna serve you with that 10 of Blades. It's going to really help you, right? Clear the air, so to speak, within yourself, that 5 of Cups. It's a good read. Are you willing to express love? Because physical touch is important. That's worth it. If it's healthy, if it's agreed upon, if it's mutual. All right. Lover's Oracle. I believe this is Tony Carmine Salerno. I'm most absolutely certain it is. No bookie book on this one. So let's see what hits the table. The pantheons of the lovers, of all pantheons. In other words, every pantheon has a lover in there somewhere. So all of them as one. Breathe. Picture side up good. Because I don't know the pictures that well. All right, the pantheons of lovers, please, 1 card in clarity, just the one. What is the Lover's Oracle message that you have for this Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign? Happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, romantic, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract. I haven't said that this time around. I don't think I need to anymore. But what do you got for them in this athlete and poet in a Damsel contract? Life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, like instead of accepting it, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow, you'll be surprised where it leads. Yeah. And I think you're more apt to do that with that High Priestess, if that's really what you desire and how you want to go through this, perhaps a little stealthy, but because you've got a lot of emotions going on here, you have the predominant of water cards on the table. right? Oh, no. Yeah, no. They've got two of cups. You've got the 3 and the 5. So making an 8. Maybe you're pulling back a little bit. I don't usually do that, though. It's not. Please don't make me do math. All right, now our last card down. You ready, my goat heads, my ram heads? Are you ram tough? I hope you are, because we're going to get you the Healing Mantra deck by Matt Kahn, and I am reading it from the Bookie Book because I can't do it every single time, but I think the book is a brilliant healing system. I only know of Matt Kahn through his work, YouTube and his publishing and his website. He's great. But this is not paid promotion, right? I just love the deck. Breathe. And the final say, on the matter, please, I call upon the Ascended Masters. The Ascended Masters, all dimensions, all overtones, particularly in terms of soulmate contract law. What do you got? What is the perfect healing mantra for the Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading? An athlete and a poet in a Damsel contract. Their perfect healing mantra is releasing expectations. Only the highest possibilities come to be, whether I envision them or not. It's been said, I didn't come up with it, but I think it's genius. Expectations are the seeds of disappointment and heartbreak. I've heard it said both ways, disappointment and heartbreak. But I love this. This really actually takes a lot of stress off. I think, it's about being in the present moment to a certain extent. And I don't need a magnifying glass for this Bookie Book. Thanks, Matt. Thank you, Hay House. Thank you, Hay House. People said, why don't you apply to Hay House? I'm like, they don't want me. Just me. I'm a little too dirty for Hay House, and I'm okay with that. Met her once. Louise Hay, bless her heart. She was lovely. Of course she was. Early 90s. Releasing expectations only. The highest possibilities come to be, whether I envision them or not. When you release expectations, it is no longer your job to be in control of reality. Do they realize I'm reading this to an Aries? You are a soul birthed from the fabric of destiny. Just contemplate that for a hot second sometime. You are birthed from the fabric of destiny, where only the perfection of universal will takes shape and form. Once expectations are released, a life beyond your wildest imagination is given permission to enter your reality, and that's what you're shooting for, right? Better than your wildest imagination, Aries. This mantra is ideal for having more faith, learning how to trust, and alleviating disappointment. Honestly, I think you've both been disappointed. Who hasn't? Right? They're out of your favorite ice cream. I'm so disappointed. We're obviously not talking about something that surface. It feels like there is a disappointment that has gone on here by the storm. The 3 5s on the table really say it. But I think if you get to that place of willing to express love, perhaps even silently, through prayer, through your spiritual practice, right? It does feel like the one pulling the trigger has to be on your side, but I do believe they want to talk and they want to ask for your help. And I don't feel it's like, oh, help for money, or I really feel like there's something going on here. That they're at the end of the cycle, you're at the end of a cycle of air with that 10 of blades on in your mind and in your element of air. So though I don't see much communication between the two of you, physical touch is important. I do feel like your paths will cross. It is a timeless read. I can't tell you when that's going to be. That could be tomorrow. That could be 10 years from now. I don't think it's 10 years from now. But with that Daughter of the Phoenix and the Peace Angel, it's like, I feel like you're both going through a lot of internal work, a lot of internal transformation here, preparing you for a rebirth. Whether you're going to ashes or rising from, it can be delayed but not prevented, particularly in that thing of wanting rescue. With that damsel archetype, instead to have a real understanding of what healthy romance is here. I feel like that's what's rising from the ashes of this disappointment. So the way to kind of heal this right now, this mantra, only the highest possibilities come to be, whether they envision them or not, whether you envision them or not, I really think is your key to helping you heal, which through the quantum entanglement of a soulmate contract is going to help them heal. and is probably going to bring you together into a physical meeting. Otherwise, why that card from both higher selves saying physical touch is important? So they gave me a blessing instead of putting all the cards together in a blessing like I usually do. Take a nice deep breath. My collective pantheons of the divine, may all romantic soulmates be brought together in form, under grace, and in perfect ways for the well-being of all concerned, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. So let it be. So it is. Feels good. I get to do that 12 more times this week, and I recommend. Right? See, so blessing everybody. Just give it to the unity. Flood the world. Flood the world. You've had the legions of lovers, all the romantic soulmates meeting up all at the same time. Whoa. The planet's electromagnetic field would be like, oh, because it's your soul contract, not theirs. Thank you for watching. If you want more, subscribe, right? You want to read my book? Go ahead. You want to book me for a reading? You know how to comment. Who are you in this? Even if you just put athlete or poet, just want to see the ratio of who's who in this. So have at it. You know what to do. The vibe is in there. Links in the description box to further your study and go deeper. And I'm working on a book, Words of Grace. Oh, and Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, I'm doing Path of True Love classes, non-sequential. There's a link in the description box too. You order early, you get a discount on the ticket price. Thank you so much for watching. Loving you, my Aries. Oh my God, hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.